Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to Motosoul. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the scrappage policy. So the scrappage policy is not official yet, but it is going to be official soon. So we don't have the exact, information, but there are certain things that we know. So from the past 1 month, I've seen lots of rumors on the social media, and I just feel bad seeing those rumors. So I just thought of making a video. So let's start with the scrappage policy. Now let me be clear. If you have a 2-stroke motorcycle, or if you have a 4-stroke old motorcycle, 15 years old, 20 years old, 25 years old, you don't have to scrap your vehicle. You don't have to scrap your car or motorcycle. You will have to pay some more money to get the renewal done. Now how much money, we are not sure of that, but that should be revealed once the government sends an official statement. So the scrappage policy is actually for people who have 15 years plus commercial vehicles. So it's mostly for reducing pollution. That's what the government says, but it clearly shows that it's not just for reducing pollution, but also to boost the new manufacturers, the car manufacturers, to sell more cars. So anyways, so the scrappage policy means is that if you have a commercial vehicle, you need to scrap it, and you would get some incentives or some benefits. Now what benefits or what incentives, that are not yet revealed. So if you have a private vehicle, a classic car or a classic motorcycle or a vintage bike or car, you can still get the renewal done. It's just that it would become a little expensive. Little expensive is what the government says. So it's not going to be banned. 2-strokes are not going to be banned. All old cars are not going to be banned. It's just that you will have to pay a little more to get the renewal done. Now coming to the next point, this is a voluntary policy. That means if you want to scrap, you can scrap your vehicle. If not, you can get the car renewed. And if you scrap the vehicle, as I said, you will get some benefits and some incentives. But if you keep the vehicle with yourself, you will have to pay some extra money, extra fees in the name of green tax. So what I've read is that you will have to pay they are increasing the green tax. So once they increase the green tax, the registration would become expensive, and that's when you can decide if the car or the bike is worth getting the renewal done or scrapping the motorcycle or car. Now what they mean is 15-year-old cars or 20-year-old cars are more polluting than a new car. But trust me, I've seen new cars 1 साल के अंदर धुआं फेंकना शुरू कर देती. And that is not the fault of the car manufacturer. That is the problem with the Indian drivers or Indian owners. They don't get the car serviced at time, at certain interval. They don't do that, and that's when the car or bike would start polluting. If the government really wants to reduce pollution, I would say they should first fix the PUC scam. Now what is the PUC scam? If you guys have pollution test done for your bikes or cars, here in Hyderabad, most of the times 4 out of my 5 bikes have got pollution test without even starting the bike. So you can get an idea of the pollution test scam. I mean, the bike is not even started, the engine is not even running, and then they'll give you a pass certificate, and then you can simply pollute the whole country with that kind of motorcycle. Now what I mean to say is, if a bike or a car pollutes, it should be not given the pollution certificate, because the car is polluting more than it should. So if the government is really worried about the pollution, they should actually fix this pollution scam. I'm sure many of you guys have also seen this scam. They just take 60 rupees and then some of them don't even start the bike and they just give you the certificate, and you can see your car or bike has passed the pollution test even though it's polluting a lot. So that is one more thing that I wanted to talk about. And the third thing is that जो गरीब लोग हैं ना, उन लोगों के साथ बहुत प्रॉब्लम होने वाला है. Now let me explain. Now if you have a Bajaj Chetak in Hyderabad, the value of a Bajaj Chetak is 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. Okay, and if you increase the renewal and you increase the green tax, if the renewal would cost 8,000 rupees, would you think a person who has a scooter of 2,000 rupees would spend 8,000 rupees to get a renewal for 5 years? That's not going to happen. That's when he will actually go and scrap the scooter. And there are many classic cars that people don't ride every day or don't drive every day. They just keep it at home. They have emotional value. Some love the old designs of the cars, some love the durability of the cars. So it's a very different story. So what I'm saying is they should fix the pollution scam first. If the vehicle is polluting, don't pass it. But if it's not, then you can get the registration done. Government just wants money as of now. Now people will also argue that every other country has scrappage policy. Why not India? Because India is a developing country. It's not a developed country. If you go to other countries, their public transport is so much better. You can actually survive on their public transport. In India, ऐसा जिंदा भी वापस आता नहीं है भरोसा. आरटीसी बस में कभी बैठो आप, कभी बैठ के 10 किलोमीटर कहीं जाके वापस आओ गाड़ी में, मालूम होता सूरत पे दिखता कैसी हालत रहती. In most of the countries where this scrappage policy has been implemented, they have very good public transport. The public transport should be at the top level. That's when you can implement scrappage policy. यहाँ पे लोगों के पास बस में बैठने जगह नहीं है, ठहर के जाते. If the scrappage policy comes into action, I think all the buses and everything would also be replaced. So that's a good thing. But what I mean to say is, the scrappage policy, it's not the only solution. You have to have a very good public transport. Now in most cases, public transport में अगर आप सुबह गए ना, रात में आते नहीं आते आपको भरोसा नहीं है. There have been multiple deaths, hundreds, thousands of people died on the way in RTC buses and in trains. And trust me, we don't even have good footpath facilities for you to walk. If you don't want to buy 100 rupees petrol, 100 रुपये को लीटर पेट्रोल ख़रीदना नहीं चाह रहे अपन, पैदल भी जाना चाह रहे, तो पैदल चलने जगह नहीं है. Now tell me how I can go to Lakdi Ka Pul from here without going onto the road. If I just want to go through the footpath बनाते फुटपाथ के लिए, लेकिन अपने पास फुटपाथ पे भी पहली बात तो फुटपाथ रहता नहीं रहा, तो भी उसके ऊपर कुछ तो भी बना के रख देते. So that is my huge concern that I really want to share with you guys. Our public transport is not as good as the other developing countries. Now people say that भाई यूएस में भी है ना, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी है ना ये स्क्रैपेज पॉलिसी, लेकिन भाई वहाँ पे ना आप जब पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज़ करते हैं ना, आपको ज़रूरत नहीं है कार ख़रीदने की. You don't need to buy a car in those countries. You can literally use public transport all for your whole life. But in India, it's a completely different story. First of all, public transport should be safer for the citizens to travel. It's not even safe, and trust me, with the increasing petrol prices and everything is becoming expensive. मैं खुद RX रोज़ नहीं चला रहा हूँ, so you can understand how much effective it is. So it affects a lot of people. So that's my whole point of this video. I just wanted to share, what I think about the scrappage policy and about the PUC scam and about the public transport that we have. The scrappage policy is good, but it's too early for a country like India. Even if it's not early, you should at least exempt private cars from this. You should at least just implement this on commercial vehicles if you are really worried about pollution. And I also would like to see 30-year-old cars exempt from this policy, because 30-year-old cars are manufactured in India. Now we have Ambassadors, we have Fiat Padmini, we have the Hindustan Contessa. Those are legendary cars. वो गाड़ियाँ अपने देश की पहचान है. अपना खाली बनाए सो गाड़ियाँ, गिनती के गाड़ियाँ हैं, हाथ पे गिन सकते कितने गाड़ियाँ बनाए. लेकिन अगर आप उसको भी स्क्रैपेज पॉलिसी में स्क्रैप कर दो, बोले इफ़ यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द प्राइजेस अ लॉट, nobody is going to keep those cars. Nobody is going to pay 25,000 rupees for a 25,000 rupees car. So I don't know where we would stand in 20 years or 30 years. I just wish my country is less pollutant in the future generations. But I also want to see my country's history on the roads. अभी 800 जा रही. This 800 value in Hyderabad is about 15,000 or 25,000 max. Now for a 20,000 car, for 20,000 rupees car, is this guy going to spend 20,000 rupees on the renewal? No. So what that basically means is once the RC validity expires, that's when he has to scrap the vehicle. If not, nobody is going to buy it from him. Even if they are going to buy it from him, they are going to buy it for 5,000 rupees. Now if the government implements some good incentives, instead of going for the 5,000 rupees, he will scrap the vehicle and get some benefits. Now what I'm saying is, there are many people who have 20-year-old cars, but the engine is still in top-notch condition. It's in great condition. So does that mean that the owner has wasted his time, his valuable money fixing the car, the 15-year-old or a 20-year-old car that his father had, and he wanted to pass this on to his kids, but unfortunately he cannot. So the policy can actually become a problem for some. Now it's not going to be a problem for me. People like you and me, the people who watch YouTube videos, we already have money to get the renewal done. Now even if they increase the price to 15,000, 20,000, you would still get the renewal done. Most of us would. At least we would get one of our bikes renewed, if not all. And that's not the problem. गरीब लोगों को प्रॉब्लम होता ना, लेकिन अब जो 15 साल पुरानी चेतक चला रहे हैं उनके लिए प्रॉब्लम है, जो 15 साल पुरानी CD 100 चला रहे हैं उनके लिए प्रॉब्लम है. They don't even have money to get the renewal done as of now. वो पॉलिसी है बात तो दूर की बात है. So you don't have to scrap your old motorcycles or old cars. You can still drive them or ride them on the roads. You just have to pay some more money to get the renewal done. And that's about it for this video. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.